As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more.
Let's get to the next story here. Starwars Eclipse has reportedly been delayed until at least 2027. This is a game by French developer Quantic Dream. They announced it last December. Now they're saying hiring has been an issue. They're struggling to fill developer spots, actually, like I just said. And 2027, 2028 release window is now more likely for the title. Lindsay, go ahead.
At this point, I feel like game developers should stop giving target dates for their title, or just make them 10 years into the future. That way, if they're early, everyone is excited. I also want to note that Beyonce dropped Lemonade secretly in December and was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys 2 weeks later. So maybe gaming can take a hint from that and just never talk about a game and then drop it and have it be a smash hit.
I love that. Yeah. Jeff, go ahead.
I don't know if I could top that with the Beyonce anecdote. 2077 is a long time from now. That's kind of the only thing I can think of. Will we even care about Star Wars? Yes, we probably will. That franchise has been around forever. But what are we even going to be playing this on? We'll all be in the metaverse at that point. Like, hopefully they've got a metaverse strategy with this game.
This is true. Jimmy, go ahead.
You guys know I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I just want to yell so loud at my computer monitor right now. Why do you even tell us that you're making a game if this is what I have to live through? Like, it's better to just shut up, like Lindsay said, and just put it out. Like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad about this. Hopefully they make it up with some awesome content, more TV shows, other things in the meantime. But this is infuriating, to say the least.
Yeah, I'll just add, I don't know why, just don't announce games, right? Like, under promise, over deliver, pretty basic in business. The gaming industry needs to learn this. Don't announce it, even if Jeff Keighley asks you to on some stupid show. All right, let's get, I've got a few more stories here. Let's talk about Bandcamp joining Epic Games to support fair, open platforms for artists and fans. So the headline, or this is Epic acquiring Bandcamp. It's an online music store and community where fans can discover, connect with, and directly support independent musicians that they love. Epic totally makes sense with this acquisition, or they're out to lunch. Jimmy, go ahead.
I mean, it's nice that Epic's going to actually have people that use their store, right? Other than just logging in and getting free games and never using it again. I don't know how, I don't know. I love the intersection of music and gaming. I think it's well needed. I love this as another step towards the metaverse and having this central place to discuss and interact all these different concepts. I didn't think Epic would be the one to lead the way. So let's hope for more news like this out of other camps, Steam and Activision, etc.
Lindsay, go ahead.
I think Epic is putting its money where its mouth is in terms of this whole crusade to get smaller people, smaller artists, smaller whatever, more share in this giant pool of the games industry. That being said, never heard of Bandcamp before this. I don't know anything about how successful this is going to be. I think it's a massive win for Bandcamp. I don't necessarily think it's going to make that much of a splash, at least yet on Epic.
Jeff?
I mean, I know some of us on this podcast give a hard time to Epic a lot. It seems to me they have a strategy here with music, right? They bought Rock Band. They bought now Bandcamp. They like bands. Clearly they're doing something in music.
We're changing our name to Band something.
we don't yet know what the strategy is, but I like to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're building some sort of holistic music entertainment strategy. So we'll see what it is. But yeah.
My 2 cents on this. Epic continues to be completely confused, totally out to lunch. I never even knew people even used online music stores. Like, I don't even know what that means in a world with Apple Music and Spotify. Why an online music store should exist? This to me is crazy. Total waste of Epic's time and completely distracted. Chris says, "What's Bandcamp adoption versus Tidal and Spotify?" I want to ask chat. Has anyone heard of Bandcamp before this? Because I suspect not. Chris, so I don't know how to answer that question. JC says, "Great show again. You keep me coming back." JC, thank you. We have 2 quick stories left and we're about to wrap up, guys. All right. Second last story here. Guild Esports makes leadership changes. So they announced change to their leadership structure. 3 of their non-executive directors are stepping down, and their executive finance director has also resigned, it says, for personal reasons. So pretty big shakeup from a governance standpoint when you have this many directors changing. They obviously reported a pretty significant loss, $11.8 million in 2021. Thoughts on the big sort of director shakeup at Guild Esports? Jeff, let's start with you.
The Guild's always been an interesting one. I mean, there's always been a lot of air of sort of controversy around them, right? Even when they first came public, there was the whole David Beckham thing where they had him as sort of their mascot almost, and then it turned out they were paying him even though they said he was an investor, and they used that to raise money. Then they had a thing with crypto where they said they had, I think I recall they said they had a sponsor, then they didn't, or it got pulled back. So there's always interesting stuff going on here with Guild Esports. It's a big shakeup. 3 directors leaving is a lot.
Lindsay?
This is hilarious that their finance director is leaving after that 3 million pounds or however many million pounds it was. Just
almost 9 million.
Yeah, I have no clue how much it was. All I know is it never materialized.
That
much
one.
of a surprise.
Yeah. Jimmy?
To anyone that listens to the show, literally anytime we've ever talked about Guild Esports, it's been in negative light. So like Lindsay said, it's not really a surprise. We're not in the business of poking fun at people losing their job. That's super unfortunate, and I feel for them. But from a perspective of this company, what they've been doing, what we've been covering, clearly they needed some changes, because not one single story that I can recall that was like, hey, this is really cool coming out of that camp. So it makes sense.
Yeah, three directors resigning. There's no business industry on the planet where you can look at that and go, this is really good news. This is a very negative signal. And I suspect we will hear more bad news from Guild this year. Like, I suspect this is going to be another painful year for them, unfortunately. All right. Chris says, if we want to beat up Guild, we can beat up Astralis for their $4 million loss. Yeah, I mean, plenty of people we can beat up. Guild, not looking to beat anyone up. I just think 3 directors leaving is at least worth flagging as, this is a bit of a bad news story, regardless of the size of the loss. Like, losses for growth companies, not the end of the world, but when 3 directors resign, probably something worse brewing than just a simple loss, would be my guess. All right, guys, last story. We're going to finish on this. FIFA Ultimate Team benches Russian players and clubs. Another step in video games boycott against Ukraine's invaders. I will say, so there was like a bunch of stories like this. EA has like removed every Russian player, every Russian team, I think, from all of their sports games, not just FIFA. What do we think of this move? And, just in general, I guess. Lindsay, start with you.
Yeah, I think it's really neat to stand up against an oppressive regime and stand up for the people that are being hurt by it. I think it's unfortunate for everyday Russian people who don't support this, but in general, I've been very overwhelmed by the amount of support that different companies have shown for the Ukrainian people, and I think it's wonderful.
Jimmy?
Yeah, one of many stories where you see kind of the private sector pushing back and kind of collectively using their voice. So not much to add more than what Lindsay had shared.
Jeff?
Yeah, I agree. I don't have a ton more to share than the sentiment Lindsay shared. Obviously, this is a big, geopolitical issue, and literally people's lives at stake. I do think it's interesting, like, not that some of these companies are pulling out the Russian teams, obviously in this example, but also they're stopping the service in Russia, which I find kind of interesting. It's almost like you're punishing them. It's like, go to your room, like, you guys are bad, no video games, like, because you started this war. I wonder if maybe that works. You get some people in Russia, who like playing video games, who are, stop supporting the war because of this. Who knows? Hopefully that happens. It'd be great for the world.
Way over your 20 seconds, but you borrowed time from Jimmy and Lindsay, who did less than 20 seconds. Guys, that I will just read this. Beast Mode says Russia a fat L. I think, unfortunately, for people not involved, or at least who are against the regime in Russia, will also be punished. But it's good to see companies like EA standing up and doing the right thing here. So